A local woman is developing an app to help children, to help them learn to read and write. Shelley McMeeken is one of 3 grant recipients through the Gig Start Fund, and she joins us in the studio to discuss the project. Good evening, Shelley. Thank you so very much for coming.
Pleasure.
And, we were talking off camera, and this is a really exciting project. Would you like to bring us up to speed?
Okay. Well, what our app will look like, it's called Read, Write, Spell Right, and it's going to be a series of 200 claymation videos that, with narration, are going to help children to not only know how to spell a word and how to say a word, how to pronounce it, but it's going to add the additional element of meaning. Now, the words I'm talking about here are those little words like is, it, and the.
Those sellotape words. Incredibly important sellotape words.
That's what you call them, yeah, sellotape. Yes, well, if you go into a classroom of, if you're 5 and 6, 7-year-olds, around the room you'll see posters, and the poster will be the tricky words, and it's all of those words. Now, those words also, they make up the first 5 or 6 levels of the essential spelling list. And in fact, the first 3 levels of the spelling list, there's 60 words in that, and 57 of these words are the ones I'm talking about. Right. They don't have an easy picture.
Right, so this is an app, and it's going to come to a mobile device.
Yes.
What's the state of the app now? How is it being developed and being distributed?
Okay, well, it's still in development.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just doing up storyboards at the moment.
Right. How soon do you think it'll be available? Will it be available outside Dunedin once it's perfected here? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, we're going to, it should be available a prototype for the next school year, and then we can roll it out nationwide and looking then to Australia, globally. World's our oyster, really.
This is a very interesting project. Again, off camera, you were saying that there were significant developments and significant improvements in general readers by using the program that the app is going to be based on, and taking people from a standard level of reading to a greater level. Tell us how that works.
Yeah. Well, this isn't something that we've just, we've just thought will help. There was a study done in the US using the program that this app is based on. Now, of those children that took part in the pilot program, there was not one child referred to special ed, but there was an overrepresentation of children were referred on to gifted and talented programs. Now, that's because it does matter what words mean. And there's 3 parts to a word. What a word looks like, what a word sounds like, and what a word means. Now, the word tree, that's pretty easy.
Right.
It's a pretty easy one to know how to spell and how to say, and very easy to visualise. But tell me about is. That's not so hard. That's not so hard to know how to spell. It's not hard to know how to read it, probably, or pronounce it. But what does is actually mean?
The concept of the word.
Or the. Yeah, what does it mean? And if it matters what table means or tree means, it certainly matters what the means.
So the grandparent of the app, which you're developing now, has assisted hundreds of people, if possibly thousands of people, to improve globally, beyond their normal capacity.
Well, it's come from a program that's from developed for dyslexics. Right. Yeah.
I'm so terribly sorry, but I'm going to have to wrap this up. I'm very excited about what's happening, and please stay in touch with the Channel 9 newsroom.
Certainly will.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.